Hey everybody, Mike here from Mike's Computer Tips. I'm glad everybody's here. Today I want to do a little something different, question and answers. If you have any computer related questions or any problems with your computer, just ask in the comments and I'll try to help you in any way I can. This relates to internet questions as well, questions with Windows 10. If I don't know the answer, I will definitely find it for you. But I know a lot of things with my 22 years of working on computers. I have a lot of answers. Hello, Vern. How are you? How's your wife doing? My wife is okay. Thanks for asking. And I'm hanging in there, doing okay. I hope you're okay. How's it going? Oh, sure. Anything that you have that's related to computers, question, or what your computer is doing or not doing, or there's a certain problem you just bothers you and you want to try to resolve it, you can always ask me and I'll help you out with that. Oh, sorry to hear that your employment was terminated. Yeah, that's never a good thing. People need jobs, that's for sure. You get what was it because of the COVID or just in general for other reasons? I don't know how to clear the OneDrive storage off my computer. Um, yeah, if you have issues with clearing your drive, um, whatever's on your files and stuff, well, it's basically what you want to do is you want to navigate, go to that drive, go into start computer and open the drive. And if you have files that you don't want, you can usually right click on them and then hit delete. You should be able to delete the files that way, or any kind of folders that you have that you want to delete. You can delete usually the whole folder and then clear the recycle bin. That's usually the basic way to do that. Some people have two drives on their computers, two hard drives, one to boot up, one to save data. But yeah, I give that a try, and click on each one, highlight it. You can even click delete on your keyboard sometimes, or what I recommend is just right clicking on the file and then just click and delete, and that should go away. So clear up some space, get some more space on your hard drive, which is always a good thing. Good, definitely try that. I finally got my subscribe pillow. You could see it in the background. It took me like weeks to get it. I ordered it online. The pillowcase took a couple weeks to come. Actually, the pillow came first, the inside, in like maybe 3 weeks, I think. And then it took like a couple months for the red subscribe with the YouTube icon on there, which I've been wanting to get for a long time. I've seen them online. I really liked them. So I wanted to order one, and I ordered one. I ordered online, but it took me a long time to get it. It was probably like 4 months, I think, to get it. We were wondering what happened to it. I think they ran out of them. Maybe a lot of people buy them. They're pretty popular, I think. Hey, Inspired Champion, how's it going, my friend? It's been a while. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am okay. I'm doing my thing. How's things going up your way? I did do a live stream here about a week ago. I have that on my YouTube channel. It was a short live stream. And I turned it into a video. I just posted it on my YouTube channel, but it was a live stream. So I thought I'd do another one tonight, which seemed like the right time, Saturday night. Good. I'm glad. Missed you guys. It's been a minute. Missed the gang. We used to have a lot of guys. We used to all hang out with, guys and girls on YouTube. Some of them I haven't even heard from in a long time. I was wondering where everybody went to. I guess now it's just COVID, it changes a lot of things. So, and YouTube has changed somewhat. But, I do this for fun. I'm not, doing this to make a lot of money or anything. I do the YouTube because I enjoy it. I enjoy helping people with their computers, computer problems, computer questions, any kind of issues. I just enjoy helping people with their computers in general. And I do it as a business also. So I'm usually, doing something with somebody's computer. So it's good to talk about. Hey, S'mores 1992. Welcome to the room. What do? I poured milk all over my PC. If this is kind of like a troll thing or some kind of spam, then, I'm not going to really answer it. But if you did spill liquid, some people do spill soda and things. First thing you do is shut your computer off because it will damage your computer. If it's a laptop, for sure, it gets in there and really damages it. Usually you have to place everything. Place the keyboard, replace the motherboard, and all that, because usually it damages everything. I tell people to do this first thing and don't try to start it again because that usually makes more problems. The initial spilling liquid on a computer eats away the sugar in the sodas and things, will eat away in the motherboard. And when you shut the power off to it, it's not getting that power with the damage. That's like a double thing, So when people replug it in, it makes it even worse. So I would say 9 times out of 10, you have to replace everything. So, and this 90% of the time only happens on a laptop. You really can't spill anything on your desktop and damage it. So I would say you probably need to replace your motherboard and things like that. But definitely try to dry everything out. If it's an old computer, maybe you could take the hard drive out, put the hard drive in something else, and just build with something else. Do it that way. Seems okay, thanks. It seems to work, so I'll turn it off. Yeah, okay. Well, if it still works, then, turn it off and do the most cleaner you can, dry everything out. You can use, dry everything out as much as you can, preferably overnight, and keep it, if you can take the keyboard up, just let it all dry. You can even take a blow dryer, help you out there. But make sure everything is totally dry before you try to plug it in. And it's kind of like with the cell phones, people say if your cell phone gets wet, what you do is you get some rice and you submerge it in rice. That does help a little bit. Sometimes it'll fix the phone, but it really depends and how bad it is and all that, and what damage it do to the circuit board. Sure, you're welcome. Anytime. I'm glad you're here. And I'll give you a moderator also. So you're always welcome to the room. And now you have moderator. So we got S'mores 1992 with moderator also, and then my other moderators are here, which is nice. Nice to see everybody. Yeah, so and I always tell people, check out my videos, my previous videos, if you want to learn about computers, but any kind of question you have, computer related, just let me know. Thanks, Vern. It's always nice to see you too. And, we do the best we can under the situation. Best we can with what we got, as they say. I have an old Dell computer in the background that I'm working on. It's down there in the bottom. I'm trying to upgrade that. I'm going to put more memory, a better hard drive, and Windows 10, and get that computer going faster. But a lot of times you can upgrade the older computers. It really depends on what it is and how much you want to spend. Sometimes some of the prices are pretty good. You can get a good deal on memory and even the Windows 10 operating system. You can usually get it if you want to upgrade from Windows 7. It's really not too expensive to get the Windows 10 full version and then, upgrade. I do sell the discs from Microsoft. So if anybody's interested in upgrading to Windows 10 or they just want a full version of Windows 10, let me know because I do sell the discs. And they are from Microsoft with the license and 100% authentic OEM versions of Windows 10 Home. But also, make your computer run faster. If it's an older computer, it's good to put an SSD hard drive in like this. This is a 240 gig SSD hard drive. And a lot of companies are making them now. They're very small. Mike, are you from San Jose? No, Rocky. I am from New York. And I lived in Pennsylvania, and now I live in Florida. But no, I'm not from San Jose. I am from New York. You probably pick up the accent. A lot of people ask me, are you from New York? Because of my accent. But it's great to see you. If you have any questions, computer related or otherwise, all good. Saturday night in the chats, in the chat room with Mike's Computer Tips. I answer all computer related questions. And like I was saying about the hard drives, these are real nice if you want your computer to run faster and you have a regular hard drive in your computer. You can have a desktop or a laptop, and you can use a laptop hard drive in the computer. And these hard drives are much faster than the regular conventional spinning hard drive in your computer. The one in your computer is a big box and it spins, and the fastest it'll go is like 750 RPM, 70, like, let me see, there's actually two speeds. One is 5,400 RPMs and the other one is 7,200 RPMs. So, but this hard drive SSD technology runs at 15,000 RPMs, which is twice as fast. So I recommend people getting it in there, getting the SSD hard drive, and then cloning all your data over to it, or just starting from fresh. Was just curious because of last name. I know someone that once lived in San Jose. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. My dad had known one person in New York that had the same last name. Actually, he was a doctor. And I heard of a couple other people. Somebody said down here in Florida, somebody had the same last name, Locascio. I do have a sister in New York, but her name is not Catherine. She lives in New York, and I don't have any relatives in California on the West Coast. All my relatives live on the East Coast, in New York area and Pennsylvania, and the New Jersey area. She now lives in Diamond, Missouri. Okay. Yeah, that's a good place, I guess. Missouri. I have a really good friend. He lives in Missouri. I talk to him from time to time. And he lives near the Big River. I forget what he told me it was called. He says, if anybody wants to know where I live, tell them I live near the Big River. I'm like, okay. Because people always ask, oh, what area does he live in? And I always forget. And I forgot again because he told me. And I don't remember stuff like that. Oh, okay, you're from Arkansas. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Arkansas is that's a good place. As they say, in Arkansas, land of opportunity. But I'm from a small, pretty upper middle class area in New York, in the suburbs, about 20 minutes from New York City, by car. Actually, maybe a little more, maybe 30 or 35 minutes from New York City. But I live in the suburbs. Most people think if you're from New York, everybody lives in the city, but it's not true. Just because you're in New York doesn't mean you're from the city. Okay, computer question. Can you upgrade a Windows 7 to Windows 10 without major expense? Oh, sure you can. I do it all the time for my customers. Now, there's only a couple concerns. It depends on what kind of computer you have. If you have a Windows 7 computer and you have at least 4 gigs of memory, and a decent speed computer, you can, buy the discs like I was saying earlier. I do sell the Windows, 10 discs from Microsoft, and then you can put in more memory if you want. I would recommend if your computer takes 8 gigs of memory and you have 4, make sure you add 4 more gigs of memory to it. So it'd make it faster. But sure, as long as it's, a decent computer, like, has at least 4 gigs, HP, satellite laptop. Okay. Yeah, what's the speed? What you can do is go into your control panel and make sure you're seeing all the large icons in the control panel in Windows 7, and double click on the system icon and look in there, and it'll tell you the speed, Pentium, whatever, Pentium. It'll tell you like 2 point something. So it's and how much memory. Right underneath it, it says RAM memory, and it'll say 4 or 6 gigs or 8 gigs. Check in there and see. But if you, but you should be able to, upgrade that to Windows 10. And if you want more information about it, just send me you can always email me. Oh, Toshiba Satellite. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. if you want more information about it, I'll give you my email. And, if you want to get a good deal on the operating system or memory, or if I can help you with it, let me know. That's my email. You can send me an email. But sure, you just have to install the Windows 10. And now let me ask you is, check in there first and see, and you can, do that. But definitely, Toshiba satellites. I actually have one, an older one, and they're actually really good. Toshiba is one of the best laptop companies they've had for many years. I mean, HP is very good also, but Toshiba has had, very good ratings for many years as far as laptops go. They last a long time. They're very sturdy. They're durable. And they're very reliable. Toshiba makes very good laptops. Having problems upgrading my browser. Well, if you're going to, what are you going from to? I mean, if you have Edge, you should be able to download Google Chrome, or I have Google Chrome, and I also have the Duck one, which they say it's a little more secure, but I don't know. I've had Google Chrome for a long time, and I always like Chrome. What kind of problems you have with that? You shouldn't have any problems. What you do is you just go to Google Chrome and click on the download, and and then let it download and install. But I would check the memory first and see how much memory you have. But if it worked good on 7, you probably have either Internet Explorer, and I would try to get, Chrome on there. And that's my problem. It will not download Chrome. Well, what happens when you try to download it? What does it do? Does it give you an error message, or are you trying to do it from the website? I also have Chrome on my on a pen drive and an external hard drive, and you might have problems with your, downloading. That way, you can always try, going to another computer, downloading it on a USB, and then putting that USB in your computer and then running it from that if you have a problem. But I'd like to know more about why it's not what it's doing when you try to download it. Because if you can download other things, you should be able to download Chrome. It's not a real big file, and it's pretty easy if your computer's got a lot of cache files and internet and temp files, and you don't do maintenance. That could be an issue, and that would then you would have problems downloading anything, not just Chrome. So what I would say is go in and do some maintenance first, and clean up some of the files that you don't use, that you don't need. Go into even the browser and clean that up. If it's Internet Explorer, you can clean your history and all that. But if you could be a little more specific, or tell me, or take a picture of error message and email it to me or something, maybe I could help you further with that. But that could be because of maintenance. Like if your computer is not running fast enough and it's kind of bogging down, you would have problems downloading in general. So downloading Chrome would be one of those problems. Usually download problems, or you could have a slow internet. That could be another issue. You would have to call your internet provider and verify that you got a strong enough internet and your speeds are decent. But if you can't download anything, then I would say you need to do maintenance. Um, when I go into YouTube Studio and try to use Studio, it says I need to upgrade browser. When I hit back to Studio, well, don't go into Studio. Just try to do it manually. Try to do it manual, or go into restart your computer and go into safe mode. Go into safe mode with networking. Restart your computer, and it may be F11 you have to tap, or F12, but go into setup, go into, let it start into safe mode with networking, and then, download it that way, because then you're not loading any drivers. You're only loading the minimum drivers on your computer, and you should be able to download it then. But is it a problem downloading anything, or is it just that? Because I use Wi-Fi for internet. Well, that's okay. You can use Wi-Fi or hardwire. It's just a matter of, are you able to download other things, or you just can't download anything? Because Chrome is not very hard to download. So, it could be you need to do some cleaning. That's a possibility. If you can't download any kind of files or Chrome or anything, you may need to be doing some maintenance on your computer. And like I said before, check and see how much memory you have also. That's a big one too. Just when trying to upgrade browser. Yeah, that's a little strange. Try the safe mode with networking, and you should be able to do it that way. You may have also, you can go to add remove programs in your control panel and make sure you don't have a bunch of different browsers in there, because sometimes when you have a couple different browsers, it'll stop you from doing that. Another thing you can do is, whatever browser you're using now, go in there and clear all the history out so it works a little better. So they could be giving you an issue, on your browser you're using right now. But that's a kind of a strange problem, because, like I said, it's if you can download other things, you should be able to download that. But I would try the starting it in safe mode with networking, and go to the Google's Chrome site and try to download it there. What is name of your computers? My computer company is MSL Computer Service. I don't have a store. I do computer repairs, but I do sell hard drives and Windows operating systems, and I do sell some parts, but I don't have a store. I buy the parts from vendors that I deal with, because I'm repairing computers for people. I need hard drives, I need memory, I need Windows 10 and things like that I install from the disk. And you get the disk and you have the license, which is always nice. Because when you buy a computer, yes, MSO Computer Service. That's my company. That's the name. But what happens is Sometimes I need a hard drive, so I have extra hard drives on hand. You could change your hard drive. If you have a laptop, you could put an SSD hard drive, which I would recommend. It will run a lot faster and it will run a lot better. Then you put your Windows 10 on. So look into it, and either get it from me or you can buy it, locally in one of your stores nearby, an SSD hard drive. We had someone come in and work on our computers, and they haven't been working right since he worked on them. Well, that could be a problem. It's always good to get somebody that has experience and has a track record of doing good work. I have a lot of a lot of people that are satisfied with my work, and I've been doing it a long time. So it's always good to have a good track record. But that could be a problem too. Maybe they did something or deleted some important files, but if you can download other stuff and you can't download the browser, to me that's like a red flag. Something isn't right, because like I hate to keep on repeating myself, but there's not much difference than downloading a song or downloading something from the internet and downloading a browser. It's really, it may be bigger file, but I've done it hundreds and hundreds of times, and I've rarely had trouble. But if you want to upgrade your computer and start all over, with a better computer, I recommend you getting an SSD, a Windows 10, and okay, Divas Computer Service. Where do you live, Rocky? What area are you in? Oh, you said you're in Arkansas. Yeah, if they're not, too good, maybe you have to go somewhere else, and have them do it. Or I can walk you through it. I can tell you over the phone how to do things. If you need help, I can tell you over the phone. It's not a problem. Mountain View, Arkansas. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You told me before. But, you have to, get the parts. And like I said, I can help you out if you want. Replacing that hard drive. I'm going to contact you. Great. That sounds good. And we'll get you back and running, and we'll get the Google Chrome on there, and you'll be up and running, and your computer will be faster. But yeah, make sure you check and see how much memory you have. That's important. And to do that on Windows 7, just like on Windows 10, go into control panel, and double click on the system icon. But make sure that drop down on the upper right hand corner in the control panel showing large icons. That way it shows everything, and you can see the system icon in there, and click on it and then look at that screen, and it'll tell you the processor speed and how much memory you do have in your computer, and that'll be real helpful to know. If you can add it, sure. Yeah, do that, definitely. That'll be a really good thing for you. And, if the computer was running good before and after they worked on it, it slowed down, you can get it running a lot better again. If the computer is real slow to begin with, then you would either have to get another one or you have to upgrade it. But if it ran good before they worked on it, pretty decently. There could be a problem with the operating system, but downloading, I would really have to look at the computer and see what's going on with that. Or, like I said, take put Chrome on a USB drive and try to do it like that. And it should work like that. If it don't, and you're already going to upgrade it anyway to Windows 10, there's no sense in trying to fix Windows 7 because you're going to go to Windows 10. So I wouldn't spend too much time or money trying to fix Windows 7 if you're going to upgrade. Because sometimes that's just kind of a waste of time, really, because you're going to get rid of Windows 7. And I hope that helps you there. And it's good to be back online. Good to be in YouTube land. And anybody have any questions? Sure, you're welcome. Anytime, Rocky. Anybody have any other questions? Just let me know. If you come in the live stream when it's a replay and you missed the live stream, that's okay too. You can always leave a question in the comments about any type of computer issue or any kind of problems you may be having or computer questions that you might have. You can always ask me there, and if I can, I'll give you the answer and help you out. Sometimes people miss live streams and then they see it and say, oh, wish I would have caught that. But you can see it on the replay. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. And also do thumbs up or thumbs down and leave a comment. Definitely leave a comment. I like when people leave comments, and I'll answer any comment I get. Let me check my phone, see what's going on here.
Mike, the bathroom's ready, don't touch it.
All right, we put you on there. If the gas prices went up, you can thank Joe Biden. They have been going up constantly since he became president. But Facebook, I'm also on Facebook. So, anyhow, just hanging out here, giving people computer tips. Remember, if you don't have enough memory in your computer, and it will take more, you can upgrade the memory and your computer will run faster. If your hard drive is slow, you have an older hard drive, you can upgrade to an SSD one. SSD hard drives run at 15,000 RPMs. They don't have any moving parts. It's flash memory. It's like a flash drive, but it's a hard drive. You see? And the hard drive in your computer runs at the top speed, 7,200 RPM, if you have the faster one. The other one will run just two different forms. One is 5,400 RPM speed, and one is 7,200. So that highest you're going to get is 7,200 unless you go to SSD hard drive. Once you do that, you'll have 15,000 RPM speed. So it works really, really fast. So everything on your computer is going to work really fast. And upgrading memory will help also. Those are the two best things you can do to your computer to make it faster. If you want to upgrade it, is add a new hard drive and add more RAM memory to it. And it's not very expensive to do those things. If you have Windows 10, that's good. If you don't, you can upgrade to Windows 10 for maybe like $50, you get the full version of Windows 10, install your hard drive, install the Windows 10, install a little bit of memory, and your computer is going to run a lot better, and you're going to be like really, really surprised how good it runs for maybe a little over $100 or so, $100 and something dollars. If you like your computer and you want to keep it, and it's still in good shape, I tell people, it's worth it to upgrade it. But if it's real old and it's kind of falling apart, you may, need to get a newer upgraded model. I don't recommend people spending a lot of money on an old beat up computer. I mean, if it's still if it works good, and you just want to get it to today's technology, and it's decent, then it is worth upgrading. So, you have to, there's a little fine line. You have to decide, like when I look at a computer for somebody and they want to upgrade it, I always tell them, honestly, I wouldn't be spending a lot of money into this because it's not that good to begin with. Even if you fix it up, it still won't be that good. And then other customers, if they have a better computer, I tell them, if you upgrade it, it's going to be a lot better. It's going to run faster. So you have to really kind of weigh the options, And that's what I try to do with people. I have a lot of people that I upgraded their computers and they're very satisfied. And they, the computer worked good for a couple of years. They just wanted to get rid of Windows 7, put Windows 10, and have it run faster. And now they're got the same computer, but it works a lot differently. It works a lot faster. So they're glad. And they can do more things with it. Same computer, small investment. Instead of spending a lot of money on a new one, they were able to just spend like maybe $200 and get their computer to be on today's level. So you really got to think it over, It really depends on the situation, the computer itself, But I do it on a case-to-case basis. If the computer is real old or XP or something like that, and the processor is really slow, it doesn't take much memory, and I tell them don't even bother because you'll be wasting your money trying to get it going, trying to bring it up to date. So and the whole thing is like in the motherboard on the computer, what it will support. There's some motherboards in the computer that will support a lot more memory. You can upgrade the memory. But there's some computers that they won't support much memory, so you can't upgrade it. You can't make it faster. So some of them are limited and some of them have potential to be upgraded. It just depends on what model and what system you have. So I hope that helps everybody or anybody that wants to upgrade your computer. That you have to really weigh your options and see what you have to begin with. Some people bring a computer to me and say, "Oh, can you make this faster? Can you upgrade it? Can we do this?" And I look in there and they have a Celeron processor. And Celerons at a low speed, like 1 point something, I always recommend not doing it because they're not that really good at addressing and doing a lot of tasks on the computer. Now, if you have a Celeron at 2.8 or 2.6, that's a different story. You have a faster processor. So, you have to look over these different things. Remember, the processor is the brain of the computer. It's the chip, Intel or AMD, that's in your computer that does all the processing. Sending the information to the memory, send the information to the hard drive, and the hard drive and all those, the memory and the CPU processor, they all communicate with each other. It depends on what you have, because they build low-end computers and then they build higher-end computers. So you have to see what you have before you want to make hardware changes or consider making software changes. Really depends on the motherboard, what that circuit board inside your computer is. Will it support more, or either it'll support more or it won't. Either or. And you have to see. With memory, best thing to do is, to make your computer faster, like I tell people, is hard drive and memory upgrade. But on the memory aspect, you have to find out how much memory your computer will support also. And you can call up like Crucial.com, is a company I use. I've been using it for years. Say, for example, I call them up and say, okay, I have an HP Pavilion here with 4 gigs of memory in this laptop. How much memory will it hold? Will it support any more? And they'll look up the model. You have 4 gigs of memory. That computer will hold 8 gigs or 12 gigs. So then I know that if I want, I can add more memory and it will run faster. See what I'm saying? I can also call that company with a laptop and they can tell me 4 gigs is the max. That's the most that computer will hold. Then I know that that's as much as that computer is going to perform. It's not going to perform past 4 gigs because it's already maxed out. That's the most memory the motherboard will work with. And memory is kind of, people say, is memory speed? Yes and no. When you add memory to a computer, things will work faster when you click on them. And I always tell people you have more workspace. In other words, you can do multitasking if you have more memory. Nowadays, you can have a high-end like gaming computer with like 32 gigs of memory. When you have more memory in your computer, you can do 2 or 3 things at the same time without it freezing up and without it slowing down. So that's what it does for you. It gives you more workspace, but yes, it is a speed. Yes, it's a certain type of speed. And the hard drive, that speed because it is running faster also. So have more memory, your computer is going to run faster. Because, here's an example. Your processor on the computer is the brain, and it has all this information in there. But if you don't have a lot of memory, the processor can't process all that information that you're trying to do on it. So it has to send some of that information to the memory. Well, if you don't have that much memory, it has to take it back and send it back to the processor, and back and forth it goes, and then your computer's running slower. If you have more memory, the processor could put that information in the memory because you have enough of it. And then that will free itself up to do other jobs that you're trying to do on your computer. You see how that works? But I'm thinking I'm going to come to a little end on this. I've been on almost an hour. And I appreciate everybody for coming. Like I said, if you have any computer questions, if you're new to my channel and you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the bell notification so you won't miss any future videos. With that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.